The Dodgers winning the World Series last year wasn't just any team winning the World Series. Now, yeah, every team has their own special poetic thing when they win, but for the Dodgers, it was more so an ending to the long, nonstop choker talk, the Mickey Mouse talk, the fact that the only championship they had since 1988 was in the shortened pandemic year, that every other year they'd win all these games just to lose in the end, getting dusted by the rival Padres in 2022, then the D-backs in 2023. So the win in 2024 meant an end to all of that. They could finally, without any asterisk, say they are on top and nobody can say anything. So the way Dodgers players were afterward was a culmination of all the feelings they'd felt in the days, weeks, months, years leading up to that moment. It was actually a lot of very real and authentic reactions from the Dodgers players. Reactions, at least some found to be cocky or disrespectful, and that includes Yankees manager Aaron Boone, who day one into spring training is making that known. Really quick as always, if you're part of the 51% of viewers not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button if you enjoy the videos, as after the Dodgers won it all, Mookie Betts held a team party at his house where they all got drunk and did a podcast together just discussing what had just happened, the season as a whole, everything. And of course, when you add alcohol to any situation, more of the truth than you originally intend will come out. Now, a lot of this was just the Dodgers feeling so relieved they can finally get this stuff off their chest. Like, Mookie interviewed Dave Roberts a few days after the World Series, and Roberts just straight up admitted he was so afraid to come back to LA after the Dodgers were up 3-0 in the World Series. If the Yankees had went on to win Game 5, the pressure becomes just that much more real. Obviously, that's something he was never going to say publicly, during the series, but it's still interesting knowing the thought process he had during the series. It's easy to forget, at least for me. I think I forget this too much, or I don't think about it, that even though these guys are professionals, they're going to have the same emotions and fears that we as fans do. Like, obviously, players and the manager, yeah, there's going to be some fears going in because they're human, but I think for me, I just look at these guys as robots a lot when the games are going on because I don't associate them with normal human behavior because I just look at them as professionals and they're going to do things more professionally and differently, and they do, but they're still obviously going to have the emotions that we do. You think maybe it's different because they're in the dugout and they're like the captain of the ship, but no. So Roberts also made it clear that going into the playoffs, he felt the Padres were the best team they were going to face. That 1 through 26, they were the best team, even going on to say that that was the World Series, and a lot of his angst and nerves went into it. And the Dodgers players shared the same exact thoughts Roberts had. Daniel Hudson said the Padres were better than them all year. Max Muncy said he couldn't even eat before the games against the Padres, he was so nervous. So, I mean, yeah, beating the Padres on its own was clearly such a massive weight off the Dodgers' shoulders. You can now insert your massive comments down below. But when it came to talking about the Yankees, the players did not hold back. And it was less of a talking about how great they were and more so, kind of trashing their skills. It was pretty obvious that the Yankees weren't fundamentally sound, and that actually went into the Dodgers scouting report, that basically as long as you put the ball in play against the Yankees, good things will happen because they weren't good at the simple executions. In scouting meetings before the series, the Dodgers emphasized to their players that the Yankees relied more on talent than on fundamentals. Their data showed the Yankees had the worst position outfield in the league. The team was shocked by how often relay throws would roll aimlessly through the infield with no one taking control of the ball. Players like Jazz Chisholm were often out of position or simply just standing during key plays. I mean, pretty embarrassing stuff. To sum it up, the Yankees didn't know how to play baseball. The Dodgers did. Therefore, the Dodgers won.
I mean, we're all kind of thinking it. They kind of shut down their leg, right? They were pressing, it was like one thing after the next. So I think our energy in the dugout was kind of feeding off that. It was like, all we got to do is put the ball in play right, yeah,
it's a fact.
And we knew the big hit was going to come at some point, even after they scored one. I don't think anybody was worried.
Yeah, we didn't blink an eye at that.
Yeah, we knew we had it.
Yeah.
Max Muncy also joked about the screw-up between Garrett Cole and Anthony Rizzo that allowed the iconic fifth inning to continue by saying Rizzo was probably too busy thinking about doing a mound visit, implying it was dumb and pointless how many times he would go out to the mound and talk to the pitcher. And yeah, I mean, that's something he's done his entire career. So yeah, I mean, these guys were just having fun letting it all loose. Well, spring training is here. A new season is upon us. Everyone's back at square one, but that didn't stop a reporter from asking Aaron Boone if he took that trash talk personally. And here's what he said.
Probably a little bit. I mean, don't like hearing that. You hope. But the reality is, we didn't play our best in the series, and they won. So they have that right to say whatever. Hopefully we're in that position next year and handle things with a little more class. A few people, sounding off, isn't necessarily how I would want to draw it up.
I feel like a Dodgers-Yankees World Series rematch is bound to happen. Whether it's this year or sometime in the next 5 years or whatever, just feels like something inevitable. But we'll see. Go join my Discord server in the pinned comment below if you want to connect with other baseball fans. I really love building community, so if you're interested, feel free to go do that, and thank you so much for watching.